Alright guys, some of you guys have been really working hard. I just want to thank you once again. I know a couple of you were stuck on difference of squares, and so let's get going on this. So as you can see right here, I'm going to do this practice one on difference of squares. Now these videos are actually pretty good, guys, if you want to check them out. And let's just get started here. So this one has a little trick to it. Notice 640 and 10, neither one is a perfect square. However, if we just simply divide out a 10, because after all, they both have a 0 at the end, we could divide by 10, right? Don't we get 64, because 64 times 10 is 640. We have a minus. And then, of course, x squared times that 10 is 10x squared. And once we factor out this 10, in other words, now look at what we have left over. The 64, you see, is an 8 that's squared. The x squared, of course, is an x squared. So what we're going to type in here is 10, because that's our GCF factor. And then, of course, we're just going to do 8 plus x and 8 minus x. This right here is a difference of squares, right? That's how you factor a difference of two squares. Okay? In the short run, what I'm really doing is, let's say I gave you a squared minus b squared. I know it's simply a plus b times a minus b. That's the difference of two squares. Don't forget the 10, though. It is a factor of the problem. Now, most of the rest of them are very straightforward. Isn't the 49 really a 7x that's squared? And the 9 really a 3 that's squared? So what we're going to type in there is 7x plus 3 and 7x minus 3. A difference of two squares. This one here. It's not a perfect square, is it? 5 and 320 not perfect squares. But couldn't we factor out a 5 first? So 5 times with x squared is 5x squared. We have a minus. And most of you can't do 320 divided by 5, so let's go to our calculator. 320 divided by 5 is 64. So we know that 320 becomes a 64. Now that we have this 5 factored out, look at what we have left over here. That right there, of course, is x squared. That right there is 8 squared. So what we're going to type in here is 5, because after all, it was our GCF. And then we're going to do x plus 8, x minus 8. Hopefully you can see that okay. Okay, let me do that in black. X plus 8, x minus 8. Don't forget the 5 in front. All right, let's take a look at this one. Does everyone agree? 81's a 9 squared. 4 is a 2 squared. Of course, there's also an x in there. So what are we going to type in here? 9 plus 2x, 9 minus 2x. Difference of two squares. One more. Oh no, that's it. That's it, guys. See, that wasn't so bad. So what was the trick that we learned in the first problem here and this problem right here was, when they're not perfect squares, try to do a GCF first. After you do the GCF, you may get fortunate like we did here, and you'll have perfect squares again. And with perfect squares, you just make one plus and one minus, right? And that's how the difference of two squares works. See you around, guys.